Throughout the week, you've been doing obviously a lot of work on the greens, but you can see from the beginning there that how many cores you've took out and what you've done. So, what is hollow coring? What actually does it mean?
Hollow coring is an action where you take out a physical soil core from the soil profile on the green and replace it with a more desirable soil, sand, or a mixture of soil and sand, depending on what your criteria is. So it's soil exchange basically.
It looks obviously when you first do them as though they're not going to be playable for quite a long time, but 2 days later, and obviously now the guys are putting on them and they're putting all right. What have you done to them that's actually got it back to a playable speed so quickly?
Well, we've done a couple of greens this afternoon, and it's just basically sweeping sand into the profile of the green, filling the cores with sand, mild scarifying action with a sweeping brush, and it smooths the putting surface out. And obviously because you've filled the core holes in, the surface is smooth and you can put on it.
Yeah. You can see some from the videos that obviously the ball rolls quite well now. The machine that you've got is obviously quite a new one. What's the difference in that to what you used to do when you used to just sort of drag mat it all in?
Well, we used to use drag mats or drag brushes, but drag mats and drag brushes just drag in one direction, and you'd have to do multiple passes to get the desired effect. The brush that we've got, they're constant rotating brushes, and it's sweeping the grass up and flicking the sand so it lands into the canopy of the sand, canopy of the sward, and fills the hole. So therefore you're doing a mild scarifying action, but it's taking less time to work that amount of sand into the cores and actually within the soil canopy, within the turf canopy. Whereas before what you could do is you'd smother the grass and the sand would be very noticeable. Now because we're standing the sward up and it drops into the sward, you don't see it as much, and it means we can mow them quicker after we've done the top dressing, so therefore they're back in play quicker.
You can tell obviously that there isn't that sort of bobbling and skidding off bits of sand that used to be, so I suppose that helps with the mowers as well.
Yeah, because you'd pick up a fair amount of sand after you'd mown them, because we weren't working the top dressing into the sward as well as the new sweep and fill brush does.
So with the sweep and fill, is that something then that going forward it's going to make it easier when you are top dressing and so on to get them back in quicker?
Well, if you're doing a light top dressing, if you get it down early on the morning, you could probably get most of the green swept before the players get there, and they'd notice a little bit. There'll always be a little residue of sand on the green, but not as noticeable as it has been. And we can also use it as a regular maintenance tool to mild scarifying, just to stand the grass up. So when you're mowing it a little bit closer, getting rid of lateral growth, and ultimately smooth the surface out a bit more.
Good. Thanks for that. Let's hope that helps everybody understand exactly why you do the top dressing and how you do it the way you do, and hopefully they'll be playing reasonably good this coming week.
Hopefully.